Everybody, it's Jason from Blue Weather. Do a update on this dry weather that we've been having. Uh, so one would ask, how does this dry spell that we're having now compare to other times when we've had droughts? One of the most notable ones that we've had in the Mid-Atlantic area was in 1998 and in 1999. Uh, but let's take a look at some recent data. I won't use every river in the area, but use Greenbrier River for example. This is the Greenbrier River at Buckeye, currently at 2 feet, forecasted to be at 2 feet. Now, how does that compare to previous lows? Well, here's the low water records for the Greenbrier River at Buckeye. And you can see that at 2 feet is very comparable to November 1998 and June 1999. Obviously, the worst drought that we even know in the last century was back in the 1930s, where the drought lasted pretty much a whole decade. But this is, you can see this water level here puts us right in that area of 1998 and 1999. Now, as far as a little bit further downriver on the Greenbrier River at Rennick, right now it's zero point 0.9 feet. The only records National Weather Service shows on it was for 1944, 51, and 47 at zero point 0.4. So, we're not far off from, a couple of months removed without much rain, you never know. Uh, this here's Greenbrier River at Alderson at 2.09 feet. And with any kind of forecasted rain that's in sight, it shows it possibly getting to 2.1. Now, as far as comparable to past lows for the Greenbrier River at Alderson, uh, the top 7 lowest all were under 2 feet. But as you can see there, you're knocking right on the door of it. As the eye would see it on the river, you probably couldn't tell much of a difference. Uh, but as you can tell, you've got 7, let's see, 4 or 5 of these years out of the 7 was all in the 30s. Now, if we look back, I seen this picture here a while back and was reading about this. This was in October 15th of 1908. Uh, it says the view was from the West Virginia side looking across to Bridgeport, Ohio. And to see these levels this low is absolutely insane. As you can imagine, to be able to cross the Ohio River right there, as large as it is, would have to be incredibly low. Now, my last slide that I have here is average drought conditions from 1895 through 2011. Now, the dark red is sort of like an average of what it was doing per year. And as you can tell from 1930 to 1940, it stayed in a drought that whole 10 years, which is more than anywhere else on this graph that you see here. And you can tell the long squiggly lines that went a lot further as far as the extremity of the drought. But you can also come over here to where 98, 99 is and see where a couple of seasons, or years should I say, was really low. So after 2000, you see the water table went back up. And as you can tell, for about a year and a half, we was getting extreme rain. I mean, one was beginning to think if it ever was going to quit raining. But as you can tell, it did. Starting this in the end of July of this summer, August and September has been very, very dry. Uh, my opinion is most of these places here on this graph you can see The droughts lasted easily a couple years anytime that it happened, for the most part. So it would not surprise me if next summer also was like a drought, or was a drought. I wanted to give you some update on that, some little history information. Guys, you have a good one.